Yeah.
Welcome back to the Gridiron Expert. Our game of the week takes us to Arlington for the Southwest Classic between number 7 Texas A&M and number 16 Arkansas. And guys, this is a game you do not want to miss. We are in store for a thriller on Saturday afternoon. The Aggies, yes, have dominated the Southwest Classic for nearly a decade now. They have won 9 straight games over the Razorbacks, have not lost to them since they joined the SEC. But it should be noted that 5 of the last 7 games between these two programs have been decided by 7 points or less. 3 of those coming in overtime. And I think you can expect another thriller on Saturday. So guys, again, welcome back to the Gridiron Expert, here to break down everything you need to know for Texas A&M and Arkansas. As always, make sure to continue to like, comment, subscribe, share our videos, and check out everything down in the description below, especially our expert picks over on our website, thegridironexpert.com. Our Week 4 college football spread picks were just released on our website today, along with our Week 3 NFL spread picks. Both of those, some of the best in the entire country, have been for 3 years running now. Help us help you. Go sign up for those today so you don't miss out on any more picks, any more analysis, because I promise you, you're not going to regret it. Some of the best in the entire country for 3 years running. So we take a look at this game, guys. A big, crucial SEC matchup, the first SEC matchup for both of these programs. They desperately need to get off on the right foot, and I do think this is the game of the week. College game day may have gone to Chicago for Notre Dame, Wisconsin. They screwed both these programs over. This will be the top game of the weekend. There's no doubt in my mind, and to me, it is a bigger game than Notre Dame, Wisconsin. No disrespect. We're going to touch about those two teams on Thursday, but this is our game of the week right here. Because this is a game for Texas A&M. They need this to keep their playoff hopes alive. They can't afford to lose to Arkansas. Not when they've yet to face Alabama. Not when they've yet to face Ole Miss, Auburn, anybody like that. They need this win over the Razorbacks. Arkansas, on the other hand, they've been a major surprise this year. The 16th ranked team in the country. They're 3-0. No one expected the Hogs to look this good. And here they are, not just looking to play spoiler, but if they win this, they will be taken seriously, not just in the SEC, but nationally. The stakes are high on Saturday afternoon. We'll take a look at the offense first. Let's look at Texas A&M. They're the designated road team for this neutral site matchup. And for me, this all comes down to their quarterback. This game comes down to Zach Calzada. How well will he play in replacement of Haynes King, who was injured in that game against Colorado? Calzada obviously stepped in for King in the Colorado game, struggled for a while, ultimately led the game-winning drive through the game-winning touchdown to down the Buffaloes 10-7. He played last week against New Mexico, had 275 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a pick. Not a bad stat line at all. And that was a great game for him to kind of settle in, work with the first-team offense, play a real game. So obviously a disservice, or not a really big benefit for Arkansas. Arkansas would have loved to have gotten him right after the Colorado game. But Calzada looked good. He settled in. But how he plays against, obviously, the best defense he has faced, the best defense that A&M has faced, period, is going to speak levels. It's going to be a major, factor in whether or not the Aggies can win this game and move the ball effectively. But outside of Calzada, guys, obviously that's the major storyline, A&M has solid running backs. They have a great running back duo. Isaiah Spiller, 250 yards, a touchdown this year, averaging 6.3 yards per carry. And Devin Achane, who has also rushed for over 200 yards. They make up what I think is one of the better running back duos in the entire SEC. They're averaging 184.7 rushing yards per game. And for me, that's something that's going to really need to get going against Arkansas. If Texas A&M can get the ground game going, to take a little pressure off of Calzada, and also set up the play action, run enough to set up the pass, A&M's offense is going to be just fine. But if Arkansas stuffs the run, and we'll talk on the Hogs defense in a second, but if they stuff that run and force Calzada to do everything by himself, it could be a tough day for Texas A&M offensively. So obviously all eyes are going to be on Calzada, but A&M, to me, the key for them is going to be getting the ground game going, get it going early, get it going often, do it enough to wear down the Hogs, and obviously set up the pass with your new quarterback. Arkansas, their offense has been very, very surprising. I mean, look at the numbers. They dropped 40 points on Texas 2 weeks ago. beat the Longhorns 40-21, had 333 rushing yards. They followed up that performance with a 45-point showing against Georgia Southern, beating the Eagles by 35. And yes, you'll say it's just Georgia Southern, but as many Hog fans would point out, that is a game that 2 years ago, not many people would have chalked up as a win, or not an easy win at that. The Hogs dominated, won by 35. They racked up 633 yards of offense. I don't care who you are, that's an impressive stat line. They're averaging 210 passing yards per game from KJ Jefferson, their new quarterback. Obviously, Felipe Franks was there last year. Jefferson steps in, and he is the perfect quarterback for offensive coordinator Kendall Briles and his offense. A dual-threat quarterback. He's got a great deep ball, and he's big enough where he can really run over some people when they decide to use his legs. A guy who can step up in the pocket, can deliver some throws, and extend the plays. He has 632 yards, 4 touchdowns on the year, also has 2 rushing touchdowns. But outside of Jefferson, who has a great wide receiver in Traylon Burks and just a solid wide receiver core as a whole, it's Arkansas's run game that has stolen the show. It's Arkansas's run game that has been there the whole time from their game against Rice to the game against Georgia Southern through these 3 games. I mean, look at this. They're averaging 282.3 rushing yards per game. Traylon Smith, Raheem Rocket Sanders, Dominique Johnson, and A.J. Green have all rushed for at least 100 yards. So they have 4 players that have all rushed for at least 100 yards. If you factor in K.J. Jefferson, that's 5 players that have rushed for at least 100 yards. Arkansas has established themselves as a run team. This is not the Brett Bielema type of days. No, they're not like that. But they've established themselves as a balanced offense where they can beat you up front, bully you in the trenches, but also can beat you deep, as we've seen a couple times already from KJ Jefferson this season. So the Hogs' offense has been one of the bigger surprises. The team as a whole has been one of the biggest surprises of the year. But can they get that going? Can they continue that success against a stout defense in Texas A&M? A&M's defense, we knew, was going to be one of their strengths, if not the whole team's strength coming in to 2021. We knew that. And some would say that their defense so far this year has been disappointing. I don't think I would say that. The thing is this. A&M is about to face the best offense they've seen all year. They've played Kent State, Colorado, and New Mexico. Arkansas obviously is better than all 3 of those teams. So this will be the first true test for Texas A&M. Arkansas, they had a true test in Texas in week 2. A&M's passing defense has been unreal. And say those numbers are skewed because the 3 teams they played haven't been very pass-heavy teams, whatever you want to say, I don't care. What I'm looking at here is the fact that Texas A&M is allowing to 77.3 passing yards per game. That's a dang good number through 3 games. A dang good number through a quarter of your games. It's very, very impressive. And I would say the secondary is a major strength for them. All the more reason why Arkansas is going to have to get their run game going. The thing is, Arkansas might be able to get their run game going. A&M's giving up 162 rushing yards per game after being one of the best rushing defenses in the nation. Not just the conference, but in the nation last year. The Aggies gave up 226 rushing yards to Kent State in their opener. They gave up 171 rushing yards to Colorado in week 2. Again, a game they won in the final seconds, 10-7 over the Buffaloes. The numbers have gone down, 226 to 171 to under 100 against New Mexico. But again, take all that with a grain of salt. Here's what I will say, though. There's been one common theme in the 3 teams that they have faced. And really, the common theme in the 2 teams they faced in Kent State and Colorado. Kent State and Colorado both had dual-threat running quarterbacks. Dustin Crum for the Golden Flashes, Brendan Lewis for the Buffaloes. Both of those teams were able to utilize their quarterbacks in a way in that RPO-style offense where the Aggies didn't know who was getting the ball. Was Crum or Lewis going to keep it? Were they going to hand it off to a running back? Was the quarterback going to run? Or was he going to fake the handoff and throw? That RPO-style offense that incorporates a dual-threat quarterback, it's tough to stop. And it's tough for a defense to know what exactly is coming their way. Arkansas is one of those teams. Arkansas is one of those teams that can utilize that because they do have a dual-threat quarterback in KJ Jefferson who is capable of doing everything, of running, of handing it off to one of his running backs, or taking a good shot deep. And he's consistently gotten better week in and week out. So that's a common theme where A&M has let up a good amount of rushing yards. They won both, yes, but both had dual-threat quarterbacks. Arkansas, no exception. The Aggies have to find a way to shut down the run. The pass, I think they can do it. I really think they can slow down Jefferson. I think they can slow down this Arkansas passing attack where the Hogs are going to struggle on offense. I do believe that. but it's not going to matter if they can't stop the run. That's what Arkansas wants to do. That's what they've been effective in doing, and A&M has to find a way to stop that. The run game key for both teams. Arkansas, their defense, they're led by Barry Odom. Many consider him to be one of the better defensive minds in the game right now. And he's got a very solid team put together on defense. The defensive line has improved drastically for the Razorbacks, and they have one of the better linebacking cores in, I'd say, the country. Definitely the SEC. I put them up there in the country. The likes of Grant Morgan and Bumper Poole and Hayden Henry. That front seven for Arkansas is ferocious. They're good. And they're not going to let you get beat. They're not going to get beat, I should say, in the trenches. The Hogs are allowing just 142 passing yards per game, as we mentioned. They're allowing just 124.3 rushing yards per game. They held Bijan Robinson of Texas to just 69 rushing yards. They held Georgia Southern, a team who dominates many teams with the triple option, racks up hundreds and hundreds of yards with that triple option, held the Eagles to just 154 rushing yards, an average of just 4.4 yards per carry. Right now, if you had to find a weak spot for Arkansas on defense, it would be their secondary. A couple blown coverages against Texas, a couple blown coverages against Rice, and certainly against Georgia Southern. The thing is, a couple of those blown coverages were not executed well. Drop balls, overthrown balls, things like that. A&M won't miss on that. So we've seen Arkansas have a few blown coverage, missed assignments there. They do that against A&M. Calzada, I don't think, misses. I don't think he does. So this secondary for Arkansas has to step up, has to make sure they don't have blown assignments. Make your open field tackles. Stay with your man. Again, don't allow yards after the catch. Don't allow to get beat deep. Can't allow that to happen here. Arkansas's key on defense is going to be pressuring Calzada. Again, a new quarterback. Yes, he got settled against New Mexico, but here we are now in a neutral site, hostile environment, great atmosphere, big time, lights are on you. If Arkansas can pressure Calzada, force a couple turnovers, rattle him early. Again, I think the Hogs can shut down this Texas A&M run game. I really do. They've done it all year long against all three opponents they face. I don't see it being any different now. If they can pressure the quarterback, rattle him early, force him into some bad throws, A&M might struggle to move the ball offensively. So that is going to be the key for the Razorbacks on defense. So what is going to happen here, guys, down in Jerry's World, down in Arlington, Cowboy Stadium? Last year, these two teams did not meet in Arlington. They met in College Station. Arkansas a little bit bitter that they do not get the home game back. But I think this is where this game needs to be played. I like the game being played in Cowboy Stadium, where it's been played for the majority of this 9-game winning streak for Texas A&M. And like we mentioned, guys, 5 of the last 7 have been decided by one possession. We do think this game on Saturday is decided by one possession. This will be a close game between the Aggies and the Hogs. It's going to be close. And like I mentioned earlier, this is the best game of the week. This is where game day should have gone. And this will be the best game of the week that people are talking about when Saturday ends. One of 2 ranked versus ranked matchups. This one's going to steal the spotlight. And here's the thing, guys. A&M is favored in this game slightly, about 5.5 to 6 points last time we checked. They are the higher-ranked team in this game, and they should. They deserve all of that. They deserve all of that. They own a 9-game winning streak coming into this game. History is on their side. So when in doubt, just pick the Aggies, right? When in doubt, just pick the Aggies. The thing is, things seem to be trending in Arkansas's direction. The Hogs are hot. Things feel different for Sam Pittman and the Hogs in Fayetteville. This defense is swarming. They've got the offense that's continuously gotten better every single week. They're running the ball extremely effectively. The offense is way more balanced than maybe we've ever seen in the last 5, 6, 7 years under Arkansas. Just for any head coach, Bielema, Morris, now Pittman, one of the most balanced offenses we've seen from the Razorbacks. You can make a case, guys, that Arkansas actually owns the offensive edge in this game. Whereas defensively, you might give the edge to the Aggies, but it might even be a toss-up. Obviously, neither team owns the home field advantage here. We said in the preseason that, we expected Texas A&M to win this game, and we're not picking against the Aggies until we see Arkansas pull off the upset. We did say that. We did. But we're going to pick the Hogs on Saturday. Things feel different. I feel an upset in the air. I feel that things have changed for the better in Fayetteville, and I believe wholeheartedly that Sam Pittman has his team ready to go. This defense is swarming. They force Texas A&M's offense to be one-dimensional. Arkansas is able to move the ball effectively, just like they have all year long. They run the ball against the Aggies. They run it effectively. Not saying for 300 yards, but they do it. And the Hogs will beat Texas A&M. They will snap their 9-game losing streak to the Aggies. They will be 1-0 in the SEC. Woo pig, give me the Hogs. And they're going to be a top 10 team going in to week 5. So there you have it, guys. We've got an upset brewing in Arlington on Saturday, the top game of the week. You do not want to miss it. But we thank you guys again for watching us here at the Gridiron Expert on YouTube. Make sure to continue to like, comment, subscribe, share our videos, and check out everything down in that description below. Check out everything down in that description below, especially the expert picks on our website, thegridironexpert.com. Some of the best spread picks, both college and NFL, in the entire country. You can sign up for those today on our website, thegridironexpert.com. Again, you do not want to miss it. The analysis just came out today. They come out every Wednesday. Take advantage of it now so you don't miss out on anything. Sign up, help us, help you. And once again, guys, as always, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time right here on the Gridiron Expert.